What's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another vid. First, I gotta give a shout out to the LDBC members, Fight Critic, the Boxing Librarian, Dilltown, Blood Boxing 78. If I'm missing any of you guys, please forgive me. You guys are actually a great bunch of crew. And shout out to some of the members in the YTBC as well. Bringer Ring Boxing Talk. If you guys don't know what his channel looks like, please look at it, share, subscribe, and Strictly Boxing News. I got to give a shout out to all you guys, man, because you guys can definitely keep a level-headed and rational conversation when it comes to boxing. So, got to give you guys give you guys some props. Now, recently, Abel Sanchez gave a series of interviews with Fight Hype and Seconds Out, which is hosted by Radio Raheem. Shout out to him, by the way, as well. Abel Sanchez has been saying that, you know what, if Eddie would have, if he said here, quote, when he interviewed with Radio Raheem, he said here, quote, if Eddie would have said to Tom, which is Loeffler, when Eubank wasn't available, would you have fought Degale if Degale was available? We would have fought Degale, but it just happened to be that Ernst spoke to Brooke, and Brooke accepted it. But we would have fought Degale at 168, but at that point, it was 9 weeks away from the fight. Okay. So, Loeffler have to back up those very statements here. He said here, quote, look, listen, we tried to do a fight with Canelo. That didn't work. We tried to fight with Billy Joe Saunders. That didn't work very far. And the Eubank looked like it was going to happen. Look, if Eddie Hearn would have called and said Eubank won't fight, but James Degale will, we would have done that fight as well. We literally took the contract, removed Eubank's name from it, and added Kell Brook. We're getting the same exact deal. He's getting a lot of money to fight Gennady Golovkin, and it's a huge event. You see the fans reacted. They sold out the tickets in 11 minutes at the Hotel Arena, which is in England. There has been a lot of anticipation for Gennady to come to the UK anyway. So I'll leave it there. And, Loeffler has some points here. So, definitely the Brook fight is a big money fight, no question about it. But here's where I feel, and I have to repeat myself, why, Golovkin and his team are getting ridiculed here, and rightfully so should be criticized for it, because it was them who ridiculed their rival publicly, Canelo Alvarez, for fighting a welterweight. It was them who said their fighter would never take those extreme measures to fight a welterweight. It was Gennady Golovkin who himself went on a radio interview and said, on two separate interviews, I should say, that says that he will never fight a welterweight. Gilbert was too small for me. I would never do that. What Canelo did was a business move. That's disgraceful. Weight class need to be respected. Middleweights have no business fighting welterweights. And what does Gennady Golovkin do? He fights a welterweight. So this is why it looks so bad here on this part. Okay, so yeah. Now, what do you have in a Degale fight if Degale was available? Let's say if Kell Brook didn't want the fight, then they offer the fight with Degale. I think Degale would have taken it. Now, the question is, will Golovkin and his team would have taken that fight? They're saying they would have taken the fight, but who knows? They have been making a lot of inconsistent statements for the last year and a half now. First, they said they would fight anybody from 154 to 175. Then they got scaled back to 154 to 168. Then they got scaled back and say, you know what? We'll be very selective of who we want to fight at 154 to 168. Then it got scaled back and say, you know what? We'll just rather focus on the 160 division, clean out, and then we'll consider moving down in weight and moving up in weight. Now, all of a sudden, they scale all the way back down to what? We'll take certain fights between 147 and 168. So this is where people right here will have a hard time believing Loeffler and Abel Sanchez when they put out statements like this. So, yeah. Guys, this is not to bash Gennady Golovkin, so please don't come in my channel, this video, and tell me that I'm trolling. It's not trolling. I'm just reporting what is said in this article with Boxing Scene via Seconds Out with Radio Raheem. Okay? Now, all I'm asking is your honest thoughts. What do you think about this? This is a question. Do you think that Tom Loeffler and Abel Sanchez are telling the truth here, or you think they're sincere when they said they would have taken the Degale fight if it was offered to them? Or they're just blowing smoke just to get the heat off of them for fighting a welterweight, which they said they would never do. So let me know what you think. Care to comment, share, subscribe. Signing off. Peace.